Hello and welcome back to the vlog. It is finally warm and sunny in the UK and I have been informed by the NHS that I can now be vaccinated. So on this beautiful day, my housemate Ali is very kindly driving me to the racecourse in Newmarket for me to get my arm stabbed. I'm not a fan of needles, and throughout the journey I'm hyping myself up because I am a grown independent woman who is not scared of pain anymore, obviously. We get lost twice and I arrive at the vaccination centre late, but I am so impressed by how everything is so well organised and running so smoothly. When it is finally my turn, the person giving me my jab tells me the story of how a Tibet monk showed him how to pinch specific fingers in your hand in order to not feel pain. So I obviously immediately copy the gestures, get my shot, and then he laughs and says he's never been to Tibet and never met a monk. So yeah, he got me, but I did not feel the pain, so I think I will allow this one. I head back to the car. Ali is in the middle of a work call, so I decide to show you my massive cotton ball taped to my arm. Now that I'm a superhuman about to irradiate Wi-Fi post-vaccine, I enjoy the drive back in the sun through all the green fields. I then spend the rest of the afternoon attending several work calls and packing because you guessed it, we are going to Oxford for the next 2 days. I'll be going into the office for the first time since I started working at the business school in Oxford more than 6 months ago. Ali and Angus are also joining us for a writing retreat in Oxford. So we set off and soon enough we're all hungry, needing some energy for the rest of the journey, including Hermione the car. So we stop at a service station, plug in the car, and we head to Burger King for some halloumi and fries. We have a quick bite while discussing business operations and team management, as you do, and then back on the road to Oxford. There's a beautiful sunset on the way, so we pause the audiobook, Slavery and Islam by Jonathan A.C. Brown, which is a very good one actually, and enjoy the calming views. We finally arrive at our destination, which is the Hotel Malmaison in the Oxford Castle. We check in, I say bye to the boys and head to my hotel room, and it is time for bed. Good morning, it is once again a bright sunny day. I make my way downstairs to find Ali already at breakfast. Although it is a buffet breakfast, it is table service because of COVID. So we order a bit of everything, including accidentally eating some watermelon that was touching a piece of kiwi to which I am allergic. So, with an itchy mouth, I then get ready for the day. I make an effort to look nice as my colleagues will be seeing me in person for the first time ever instead of my crusty face on Zoom every morning. First order of business, I have to drop Ali off at the fancy schmancy new Westgate shopping mall, where he's intending on doing some fan meetups. This shopping centre is something else. Back in my days, I'm starting to sound like an old woman, this used to be Sports Direct and Primark only and a huge car park. I'm kinda glad for my wallet actually that this did not exist in my time here. I finally set off to walk to the business school. On the way, I revisit my old ends on Parkin Street. Good joke. This is where I lived in my final year in Oxford. This dodgy little bridge at the back of the restaurant that leads to our building is where I once slipped and fell and bruised my knee really badly. I still have the scar for that. It all feels surreal to walk to the business school as a staff member now, when back in the days I used to sneak in there to use the library and free tea during revision term. I get my ID card after only 6 months and bump into Claire, one of my colleagues. After the initial excitement, we decide to head to the back garden and hang out in the sun. Most of the team will be here today as we are having our first in-person lunch meetup since before COVID. We decide to walk to the restaurant, cutting through the wilderness, getting attacked by nettles and bees. Really earning our lunch, aren't we? We finally emerge back into civilization, and it is so wholesome to see everyone in 3D. It is great to immediately be familiar, and we have so much banter and food and fun. Even my nettle scar started to fade at this point. We then head back to the office, and Ali joins us as my colleagues and my manager Zainab wanted to give him a tour of the school. We hang out in the garden for a bit, then we go on our guided tour of the business school, which is pretty huge on the inside, even I had not realized that before.
Microwave, water fountain. Oof. We actually have sparkling water here. Oh no, this one doesn't have it. On the other side, there's sparkling water.
Okay.
Coffee machines, charge box for your iPhones and stuff. Charge boxes. And currently now, with COVID, all students and staff can actually have coffee for free. So you just have to come here, put your cup, press for free. Usually you have to charge. It's a charge for it.
Nice.
Proper lecture theater.
Nice.
Oh, this is nice.
They're obviously red banded, so these are seats that you can't sit in in order to allow for students to be in the lecture theater.
Whoa, this is cool.
I also get to visit where my physical office would have been, let's just say, less glamorous than the main building and more stuffy. You get a very strong The Office TV show vibe. I say bye to my work friends and head back to town to meet Nabila. We sit down for some afternoon snacks, including lots of cheese and iced coffees.
Here we have a cheese board. We have camembert, something in the middle, goat's cheese maybe, cheddar, some slivers of green, health, more health, less health, and ending with a medium amount of health.
What are the drinks?
I have an iced flat white. This is some vodka. And Ali copied me and also got an iced flat white. And these are chips that have been cooked 3 times.
Why have they been cooked 3 times?
Because they're triple cooked, Ali.
But why? Why would they do that?
Why? Because it makes them crispier. Because I think one time they boil them, and for some reason that counts as a cook. And then they fry them and cook them in the oven. So altogether they get cooked on the inside, and apparently that's the ideal way of getting crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside, which many say is the perfect chip.
All right, Nabila, how do you feel about seeing me today?
I feel so excited. I actually do. I would feel more excited if people weren't filming me asking me this question, but generally speaking, I feel really excited. My perfect.
We then go on walkies around the main sites for some memes. We explore the city centre streets, the Sheldonian Theatre, where I had my graduation ceremony, the Bodleian Library, the Bridge of Sighs, and the Radcam, of course, where we stopped for an extensive photo shoot. It's been 5 years since I left Oxford, but it is still so special to me and it will never get old. I miss this place. To wrap up the night, we go to Mowgli for some Indian food, where they have swings for seats and so many fairy lights. I have a little strop. It'll be hard for me to find one footage.
I mean, it's just a bit of friction.
Okay.
Then we enjoy the food and decide we still have space for dessert, so we head to Casper's for some cookie dough and ice cream. We're all pretty knackered from the day, so we decide to call it a night and head back to the hotel for an early night. It is our final day in Oxford, so I decide to go for a wander around town again, this time on my own, listening to my playlist from my undergrad days. Hits you right in the feels. I take you on a little trip down memory lane, starting on Magpie Lane actually, which was my first ever residence as a student here in 7 Magpie Lane. Then I moved around and lived in New Building and then Kyball Twitchen, but never leaving the area as my college Corpus Christi is just here. I have a quick little detour inside the Covent Market to check out the cake shop, which was my favourite cake place in Oxford. Their sugar decoration is just so divine. Oxford in the sun is making me so happy, so I keep on wandering, going to see the Radcam again, and I get recognised a couple of times. Which is an odd feeling, because I'm always shocked and confused, and then delighted and grateful. So if you ever say hello to me, do not be alarmed by my shock. I'm still learning how to not be awkward in public, but I'm always very happy to chat. I then meet up with Ali and we have some scones and iced tea with some friends at the Grand Cafe, which is supposedly one of the oldest cafes in the UK. On our way to lunch, we have a quick stop at St Hilda's College, where they have the river right in the middle of college grounds. Back to Westgate, I tried to not go shopping but fail and end up going in almost all of the shops. I then stopped for some pancakes at the Breakfast Club, and it is now time to head back home. On the way, we passed my department, which is the Department of Material Science. Not a very pretty building, but with very good memories. We pick up Angus and Zainab, who are both joining the road trip back to Cambridge. We spent over 2 hours chatting about all random things and laughing, which is such a wholesome end to a wholesome trip. Once back home, we had to stop for a dirty kebab, and this brings us to the end of the vlog. Thank you for joining me on this trip. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Bye!